Today's guest is one of the most amazing people I've met on the platform. She's known for speaking many languages. Well, some people call her the queen of Duolingo. I might be exaggerating on this point, but she is. As an American, that she is, I am baffled to see her speak French because I come from the Middle East and we speak French as a second language here. And her French is on point. I haven't heard her or seen her speak any other languages besides French and English. So I'm not gonna say we're gonna put that to the test tonight because I'm uncertain of what's gonna how the games we're gonna play, about gaming and stuff, are gonna turn out. But we'll see. Please welcome WriterDi45, also known as Writer or Die. It's a play on words on ride or die, as I figured, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Welcome to tonight's episode of Twitch Tea Time.
Yay, thank you for having me.
Pleasure is mine. If you go to Writer's streams, you'll see always her streams bright and lit up, not only with the lights she has behind her, but with her personality, honestly. She's super sweet, she's super welcoming. I mean, it's one of the places I lurk most of the times, if not all the times. I couldn't lurk today because we were streaming at the same time, so yeah. But the first things first, before I start, how are you doing today?
We're doing well today. It's a good day.
That's good. Got any plans for the weekend?
Yeah, we've got house board game night tonight.
Ooh.
With my roommates and some friends, which is very fun. And then tomorrow we have streams. I'm guesting on somebody's stream in the morning, and then I have my own stream.
Super Murgatroyd, yep. He was a guest a few episodes ago.
Yeah. So I'm guesting on Supers tomorrow, and then we've got horror game night or something with a bunch of friends. Nice. Tomorrow night, and local friends.
What days do you usually stream?
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday are my always.
Okay.
And sometimes Thursdays. I try not to stream on Sundays unless it's a guest spot. That's my busiest IRL day.
Okay. Yeah. That's fair. IRL stuff come first, of course. But can you tell me about, or do you remember how you discovered Twitch, how you decided to become a streamer, and a little bit about the channel, please? Oh
my gosh, yes. So I got into Baldur's Gate 3 last November, 2023. And I was so obsessed with Astarion, like one does. I know he's a very popular character, but I was so obsessed with Astarion that I couldn't get enough of it just from playing Baldur's Gate for, 8 hours a day, every day. So I went to YouTube and I found the actor who plays him, Neil Newbon, and I would watch his gameplay of Baldur's Gate 3 with a friend of his. Because I was so completely hyper-focused and hyper-fixated on them. And at the end of the YouTube videos, of the VODs, he would say, "Stay for the raid." And I would think, what does that mean? What does he mean, stay for the raid? And so what's a raid? And so I found him on Twitch, because I found out that that's where he was actually streaming from. I found him on Twitch, and I would watch, I caught a live gameplay, and I made it to the end, and he said, "Stay for the raid." And I was like, here we go, what's a raid? And Neil Newbon pulls about 2,000 people per stream. And so he takes this huge community of 2,000 people. He finds a streamer who is probably a part of he usually looks for tags to let them know that they're a part of the queer community, usually trans non-binary. That's his sort of I don't want to say his favorite slice of the pie, but that's where he usually raids out to. So he takes this group of 2,000 people and he drops them off into some delightful queer Baldur's Gate streamers stream. And that experience alone was like, oh my God, I want to be here. Because you look at their face, the streamer's face, they've got maybe 20 people in their stream at the moment. Suddenly 2,000 of us come bombarding through, and it was just such pure humanity. Just delight and surprise, and everyone is so supportive and everyone is so loving, and they're all dropping emotes and bits and hypes and starting hype trains and follows. It's like really, really overwhelming in the most beautiful way. And I was like, I want to do this. I want to be a part of this. So from that, he had rated us into a couple of streamers. I did this a few times with him. But he had rated us into a couple of streamers, and I hung out in their streams and I watched them do what they were doing. And I thought, wait a minute, like, I think I can do this. And then right around that time, I got laid off. My job dissolved. I'd had the same job for about 11 years. And I thought, well, if these people are hanging out streaming games, do you think people would watch me learn German? And I asked my family. My brother said that's the stupidest thing he's ever heard. And my mom said, yeah, no, I think that's a great idea. Why not? Give it a shot. And so the next day I did. I started a Twitch and I joined and I put in the Duolingo category, and there were people who would come in and they cared. They wanted to watch me learn German. They were teaching me German. They were teaching me linguistics. They were teaching me culture and history and geography. And I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. And that was last April.
That's fine. That's cool. Like, people actually, I never thought of like myself when I started streaming. I never thought I'd get to where I am today. I would be streaming like something probably, let's not call it boring, because I love geography and I love history. Sid Meier's Civilization 6.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to play a lot of that when I did my console streams, and I was like, are people gonna show up? I don't know. Like, I had this fear as a newbie, you know, like I didn't know if people are gonna love it, but then I went and did it anyways. So it was such a delight doing that, but I am really dreading going back to there because it's my off-stream comfort game, honestly. And I feel like people want to see scares, people want to see screams, people want to see suffering and chaos. So I give them GTA 5 chaos from time to time. I tell them, like, are you having a bad day? Come take it out on me. It's your therapy. Consider me your therapy. It's a therapeutic stream. If you're angry, take it out on me. Spawn chaos. Kill me over and over again. And the first stream I did with Chaos Mod, I couldn't get through the second mission. Literally the second mission in the normal single player game. Because of, like, they spawned Griefer Jesus, they spawned an angry alien, they spawned the Bala, or the Blue Sultan, which had like Bala gangs shooting at you. They kept teleporting me to something called Fort Zancudo. I don't know if you've ever played GTA.
No, I haven't.
Yeah. So they kept messing around, and I found that people love chaos and love that. So I tried to give them chaos, but my vibe is more cozy. And doing something out of my comfort zone, first and foremost, I've said it a lot, sudden change freaks the hell out of me as a person with RSD. So it freaks the hell out of me. Like, if there's no communication, I become very impulsive, I become very impatient, I become very stressed. If I wasn't told prior that something is gonna happen, that something that you can control or you're planning to, that's gonna be a little bit of a change, and it's gonna happen, if you don't tell me before that, I freak the hell out. Like, yeah. Where did the name Ride or Die? Like, it's as I said, it's a play on word, like ride or die. Where did it come from? And what's the lore behind it?
Yes, well, writer, because I'm a writer.
Ooh.
That's what I do in my IRL life. I write TV and film, and I write novels, fantasy novels, YA fantasy.
Okay, so
and in TV and film, I write comedy.
Have you written anything that made it onto TV?
Not yet. Everything, all the projects that I got hired on to do, they all got scrapped before they were shown, which is something that happens very, very often in the industry here. But,
sadly I come
That's
across a lot of I'm an audiovisual student myself, and I come across a lot of these hiccups here where I live in the Middle East every time, because I have like a comedy crime series that hasn't been done before in the Middle East. It's like a little bit of like Totally Spies, with a little bit of like espionage and spying. There's a dumb blonde. She's always like super dumb. She once saw a cockroach and she wants to make it her pet, for example. She was texting one time and everything was going to shit. Everything was burning. Not literally burning, but like they were on a mission to stop some like criminal masterminds, and she was texting. So as she was texting, she hit the wall and she fell on the floor and she kept texting. Like those funny moments. We don't have them here in the Middle East. And every time I propose this, they're like, "Oh, you're not famous. Oh, you don't have a name here. Oh, you're not renowned. Oh, sorry, but we're looking for action." I'm like, comedy is dying in our country. Like, it's so difficult to write comedy, but I write it very finely. Like, yeah. So writer die is a play on word, I assume. But like die, should I assume die is part of your name?
No, it's not at all. Die comes from dice, D&D. I thought that plural of dice was spelled DI. That's how I always remembered it. It was dice and then DI die. I just have been spelling that word wrong my whole life. So that's it. I found out recently that it's not spelled like that. It's spelled DIE. But that's what it comes from. So writer, like I'm a writer, and die, like you're the die that you use in D&D. So it's a nerd. It's a nerd thing.
It's fine.
And then the 4-5 comes from the years 04-05, which was a significant year for me.
Yeah.
In language learning and bold choices.
Yeah. So what languages have you learned so far?
I'm fluent in French and Spanish and English.
Mm-hmm.
I'm learning German. I would say that I'm very beginner, maybe sort of conversational. So we're really early,
Nice.
but I can understand a lot more. I recognize more words. We had a channel point redeem in my channel about 2 months ago where the community channel point fundraised for me to put my Xbox into German. So the whole Xbox is in German. I knew basically zero German at that point. I had been studying it on Duolingo for like a year, 2 years maybe, which is very little. Like you really don't learn a lot.
Oh my god.
It's a slow build. Duo rocks, but it's a very slow build. And so I turned the whole Xbox in German. All the games are in German. Everyone's speaking in German. And for the last 2 months, that's what I've been doing, and I've been learning it wildly. I mean, it is really impactful.
That is
to be able to do that, to immerse yourself in that.
That is so good. I know fluently, Arabic is my main language, my mother language. So English I learned it on my own since mom's family is American. So I wanted to just like be better than my class because, you know, kids, you know, competition and stuff. So I started learning it in 1999 or 2000. I don't remember. But I had Cartoon Network on all the time. I had Disney on all the time. Up until like they switched our Disney to Arabic. I was like, great. So, yeah. And then I already knew French because like, you know how the math, I don't know if it's in every country, but sometimes some countries like teach math or other subjects in another language, which is what we call French educated or English educated, which is like, those things that you learn are in a different language than your normal language. Like I'm French educated, which means like I learned the basis in French and then I know English and I know a little bit of like Spanish. I like level 1.5 because I'm still learning it because our teacher ditched on us in 2017, so I couldn't continue, and Duolingo wasn't available at the time. I don't think so. I don't know. And I can read Russian, but I don't know most words what they mean. Like,
okay,
yeah. If you need help with Arabic, if you have place for Arabic, I'd be happy to teach you.
Arabic is one of the languages that I'm learning. So we've got a redeem. We've got a channel point redeem for request new language. So anybody can come in and ask me to switch languages or start a new language. And so I've done it. Jesus comes in and always asks me to do Arabic and Turkish and Russian.
Oh.
So those are on the list. I've started them like 2 lessons, 3 lessons in kind of deal.
Oh,
And we've got 19 languages.
oh wow, bless. Oh
Yeah,
my God.
they've had me start 19 languages,
Oh my
which
God.
is wild.
Oh my God. Yeah. Because, like Arabic is a very, very, very broad and very, very, very wide language to learn. Because you have Lebanese Arabic, you have Syrian Arabic, you have Jordanese Arabic or Jordanian Arabic, you have Egyptian Arabic, you have the Gulf Arabic, which is also split into several parts. Because let's say in Saudi Arabia you say a word, it can mean something else in Emirates. It can mean something else in
Yeah.
Iraq. You have also the, let's call it Levantine, or like the Levantine Arabic, which is our Arabic, but also including like North Africa, which has Morocco, Tunisia, which are very similar, but Algeria or Algerian Arabic is completely different. Like the word a lot, like a lot in Tunisian and Moroccan is different than the word a lot in Algerian.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a broad, like you've delved into a language that's endless, honestly.
There are so many languages that are like that too, that have just
Yeah,
huge worlds within them. They contain such multitudes,
yeah,
which is just so fun. It's lovely. I mean, it's so fun, and finding the way that they're similar to other languages and like regionalisms. It's one of my favorite things about having people in chat who are native to these places
yeah.
and can share with me like, that's a weird thing for them to teach you. Let me give you the context of that sentence, and
hmm
it's just so interesting.
Oh yeah, I've taught one of the people I met on Super Stream, Blue Panda Jam. I don't know if you know her.
Of course I do. I love Blue Panda Jam. South
She's
Africa, right?
yeah, she's amazing. She's gonna be my guest soon as well. But I
Yay.
taught her a word that means whore in Arabic, but I told her like you can tell people that it means you're beautiful.
Oh, see, you are the chaos gremlin.
Yeah, I told her the word sharmuta, which means whore, but you can tell people if it's a male it's sharmut, if it's a female it's sharmuta, but you can tell people that it means you're beautiful.
Because people are gonna go get smacked.
I mean, if they don't know Arabic, they wouldn't. But do you remember what was the very first game you ever streamed? I do know that it's Baldur's Gate, but have you streamed something before that, or have you delved or thought about doing something different than Baldur's Gate at first?
Well, no, at first it was Duolingo. It was just Duolingo. I
Oh,
was when I was trying to make affiliate. I built my whole community by playing Duolingo, which is interesting because there are people who do call Duo a game. It is a game. It's gamified education,
yeah,
but it is a game. So I go on. I built the whole community on Duolingo, and in the push for affiliate, it's all about numbers and it's all about time and sort of managing. If you're on a stream for 2 hours and nobody's in, you should end because you're trying to go for averages. And when I was doing Baldur's Gate, I wasn't pulling anybody because no one knew who I was. There were 40 million people playing Baldur's Gate all at once, all the time. I didn't have a camera set up with my Xbox at that point yet. Everything was really, really budget streamer, really simplified. No toys for anyone to play with. So I was like, let me just make affiliate and then I can start playing games. But in that, I was like, if I'm playing the games, they have to be in another language because that's the whole thing. This is a language stream. You come here to mess around and to see something new, and that new thing is the language. So it was only Duolingo for the first month. I made affiliate really fast, and then I was able to stream Baldur's Gate. And once I did that, there were people in stream who were hanging out with me every time. They were regulars, and they liked the vibes and they liked me. And they requested that I play Alan Wake, which is I don't do scary.
yeah,
I have never seen it. I don't do, you know what I mean? Like, I've never seen it or Freddy Krueger, any of those things. I don't do any horror movies. I don't do any scary stories. I don't play horror games. And these people came in and asked me to play Alan Wake. So I said, sure. And I tried it. And it wasn't just scary, but it was also a shooting game, and I don't know anything about that. So it was all very, very new to me in that sense. We did okay. And then the next one was Fortnite. I was in a lovely community, network of communities, and they were all playing Fortnite, and I wanted to be included. So I downloaded Fortnite, and that was when my Xbox was in German. So now I know a whole bunch of words for weapons because of Fortnite in German.
That's
But that's
nice.
it. So we did Alan Wake, and we did Fortnite, and then since then we've added. I mean, I've got about 10 games that I go through.
That's nice. Did you know that Fortnite also had Lego?
I've never played Lego Fortnite.
I highly
I haven't done it
recommend.
yet. I have a friend who's interested, but
Highly
because
recommend.
it's not a battle royale, right? It's
Nope.
a
It's a survival,
game,
crafting,
game
very
with
chill.
Minecraft.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very chill. You would enjoy it. If you've seen Minecraft, it's kind of like Minecraft, but less zombies. You could build stuff. You have to survive, eat. All these people like that banana. Oh my god, I forgot his name. Peely. Meowscles. Everyone's in the Lego game. They can be your companion. They can fight alongside you. They did an event during the Star Wars month in May. They had Star Wars shit stuff there. It's a whole experience. If you delve into it, you're stuck because it's super endless. Like there's a lot to do. Like you could even have sheep, feed sheep. You could take care of your house, plant, everything.
That sounds so fun. Minecraft made me cry. So I don't play Minecraft anymore.
Why? Why?
Oh my gosh. Well, I was playing with friends and I wander off. This is something I do in real life. This is something I do in games.
Yeah.
Everyone always says like, wait a minute, where's Ryder? And it's like, oh my gosh, that's the other side of the map. I'm like, I'm sorry, I wander off. So I wandered off in Minecraft. I wandered off way too far. I was trying to give a cow a flower. So I was following the cow with the flower, and he was really uninterested in me. And then I fell into a hole, and then I was digging my way out of the hole, but I was actually digging my way into the hole, and I was so far away from everybody. I felt completely abandoned. They couldn't find me. And then I had to change, like whatever they were doing, they all had to go out on a rescue mission for me, and I felt so bad. I'm like, oh my god, this is such a disaster, and it made me cry. I
Yeah.
don't like this game.
I feel that. No. If you said it, if you could give it another go, you could always. When I say something in Minecraft, that's one advice I want to give. If you're in a cave, always dig up, not down. If you want to find your way
that's what they say.
out.
You never dig down.
Yeah. Unless you want to go to the end game, not the end game, but like, unless you want to find like, unless you're armed, ready, you're not scared or afraid. Because now that's what I do. I go down into the dungeons confidently. I fight. I always keep stuff on when I die because it's a hassle going back. If you're at one end of the map and you go to the other end of the map, it's a hassle. Going back to get your stuff. So how did you decide on what content, since you like after Duolingo, like you said, I know you said Alan Wake and those, but like, do you have any content that you want to stream, like any games in the future that you are willing to try that you've never done in your life?
Well, for October, the community earned a scary game out of me. I put an incentive thing in there, and they showed up magnificently for that incentive. And so they earned a scary game, and I tried Little Nightmares, which was really, really fun and 100% my kind of game because it's puzzles, and I love puzzles. But it wasn't scary enough. I was like, no, you guys really earned like a scary something that will push me so far out of my comfort
This game
zone.
gave me massive anxiety when I played the second one. I never get anxious. I never get an adrenaline splurge. Like, I was so not terrified, but like anxious. I'm like, oh my god, are they gonna see me? I really tend to get like nervous during these games. It's like, okay, hide. I don't mind the puzzles, although they bother me a little bit, but still, like, I need to go from point A to point B. put some challenges, but don't give me puzzles or riddles, because that's where I fail.
I'm opposite. I don't mind at all. The height, I mean, there was a little bit of like, what's going on? But otherwise, yeah, no, I work puzzles really well under pressure, and that's from like I was a stage manager for years. I was an assistant director on set. It's that like constant high pressure problem solving. Like I feel like I'm solving puzzles always in my life, and so that part was actually it was quite fun. It was really fun. It was really good, but it wasn't giving the viewers, it wasn't giving my community what it is they had asked for, which was like pushing me extremely far out of my comfort zone and getting the real jump scares and seeing me super freaked out. Because you're right, people like chaos, they like suffering, they like this, and so do I. I enjoy it. I love chaos. I love the whole thing is that I'm brand new to gaming. I learned how to game August 2023 with, you know what I mean? For the first time I held an Xbox controller. So I come in here being like, you're not here for fantastic gameplay. You're not here for speedruns. You're here to watch someone who has no idea what the fuck they're doing. Try and figure out how to not only play the game, but win the game and use a controller, just kind of in general. So I jumped from Little Nightmares to Resident Evil, which a friend of mine told me was a really big jump, kind of nuts in a way. And I'm like, yeah, that's great. That's on brand. I'm a special kind of wild. And so we went to Resident Evil, and it is very scary, and it's super wild, horrifying. It gives me a lot of feelings, and I'm loving it. I had no idea, because I told you, right? I don't watch horror stuff. I don't read scary stories. So I didn't think that I would like it, but I really enjoy the gameplay, and I really enjoy the fear and the surprise and being there with people who are there with me. So I think I'm going to continue doing Resident Evil. I'm going to continue doing interesting narrative, scary games, maybe like once a week or something like that after October, because I'm doing Resident Evil for October only, but I want to keep doing that. I don't want to stop.
Which Resident Evil are you doing?
I started with Resident Evil Village because Neil Newbon, who plays Astarion, who's the whole reason I joined Twitch, he plays Heisenberg, who's one of the bosses in Resident Evil Village. So I started with number 8. And then there's a DLC from 8 that I'm going to do next. After that, I'm going to go to 7.
So
because I've seen some gameplay of that.
You're doing it in reverse. In reverse. So it's like from 0 to 8. There's a Resident Evil 0, by the way.
Oh, there is? Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of doing it in reverse. I kind of do that anyway. When I watch TV, when I read books, I start at the end and I work my way back to the beginning.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's sort of a thing that I do.
That's interesting because I'm also in the process of writing a novel, or actually 2 novels, 3 books.
Yeah.
So one of them is kind of like a folk tale, fairy tale that I invented. Like I myself came up with the idea. It's like she's a princess, not a princess, but like she's been locked in a tower for ages. She can go outside, she can play in those, but like the whole castle is surrounded by thorn bushes. So the whole castle area, and her mom wants to like get her to choose someone to marry. It's inspired by some stuff, but like it gets really genuinely authentic. So she every Tuesday, one very, very extremely poor guy comes by, takes whatever's left over of bread and food, and leaves. So one time she hid the food in one of those, you remember those sofas that used to open and you put stuff inside of them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she hid the bread there, and she met that guy and they fell in love. And then her mom knew, and she tried hiding it. She tried kind of like hurting that guy, but then he went and married a fatter, older woman. I'm not being like rude or anything. It's how the story is, because she is filthy rich, like extremely rich. And that woman got heartbroken, the princess, and she was like, you never loved me. He was like, well, if you go get the feather of a phoenix, you'll live forever if you wear it around your neck. That's how I prove to you that since you want to see the world, that's how I prove to you my love. And the tagline of the whole story is, what would you do for real eternal love, or how far would you go for love, or the sacrifices that you can do for love. It has like several ones. Um, so she went on a journey. She went from one end of the world to the other end, and once the phoenix um, rose above her head, he dropped a feather, and he offered her to take her back. So she got on his back, and he once he flew her back, it was like 2 years after. So her mom
Oh,
had already had like a massive illness. Nobody was there, so she died. Um, and that guy had already his wife is pregnant with the third baby, and she was like even more devastated. He's like, well, now you get to see the world. So she travels the world. She lives 250 years. Once she reaches a point where she's seen the whole world, she rips that at the end of the story, she rips that collar off of her, and she turns to dust.
aw.
Yeah. So what are your limits regarding your streams? Like, what would piss you off besides bots? Who or what could get someone have their message deleted or banned, for example?
Oh, interesting question. Bullying, any kind of bullying. We create a really, really safe space in the stream. So you asked a second ago about like content and what kind of content I want to be
Yeah.
streaming in the future and stuff. We do really wonderful, I call them DMCs, deep meaningful conversations. I think that's like an actual term people use. I'm not sure. A friend of mine said it and I liked it. We do these like deep meaningful conversations where folks come in. I have a question of the day, and it's usually a probing question, something about love or relationships, philosophy, childhood. And we really get into it. And it's because we've created this really safe space where people, what's most important to me is that people can show up and exist as they are. It's like a come as you are. You don't have to present, you don't have to fake it, you don't have to be polite for polite's sake. You know, we're a kind place and we're a compassionate place. And so the kindness is just there. And I want you to be able to show up and unmask as much as you're comfortable doing and share. And because of that, when new people come in, everyone's a little sus. They're first very welcoming. They're like, oh, heck yeah, another person, come hang out. This is what we do. This is who we are. But my mods and I are always kind of like, are you okay? Are you going to be cool? Because we've created a very safe space here and I don't want anything fucking that up, you know?
That's fair.
So if people come in with bold things that, you know, people come in to troll. So we've had folks come in who, because it's a very queer space. It's a very neurodivergent space because most of us are very queer and very neurospicy. And so people come in with their opinions, like homophobic opinions and sexist opinions and things like that. And they'll thankfully share themselves right off the bat with something horrible they'll say. And my mod and I are really quick on that ban. There's a zero tolerance policy for anything like that. I don't care who you
Yeah.
are, what you're doing. You say something rude, you're gone.
Same
So
here.
we hold a really tight ship in that sense. Yeah. And but as far as like yeah, I think it's like really, really being really judgmental. We honor curiosity over judgment. We honor playfulness and cozy chaos. And when people sort of break those rules or intrude too much, you know, when people come in and ask immediately for the Discord and ask immediately to be my friend, for like a friend request on Discord or something, or ask immediately to whisper me. Those things, they don't piss me off, but they make me sus. I'm like, why? You don't know me yet.
Yep.
What are you
Same.
trying to do? Are you hustling? Are you selling me something? I don't care that you make emotes. I will come ask for an artist when I'm ready for an artist, you know? It's things like that where I get a little bit weary and wary about it, but for the most part, it's a really welcoming, open, lovely community. And if somebody shows their colors to be anything but that, we time them out and we kick them out. Because it's like,
Yeah.
we don't have time for that.
Yeah. The amount of times I've
The
had
world is
people.
hard.
It is indeed hard. The amounts of time I've had people, like randos, have like I really don't want to come off as like a rude person, but some people make me act rude. Like,
Mm.
okay, hey, and I say, hey, what do you want? Like, do I know you? Do you know me? Then 2 weeks after they answer, they're like, oh yeah, I'm just making friends. What games do you play? And I tell them, like, do I know you? I'm not gonna answer anything until you tell me where you come from and how you found me. Have we met before?
Yeah.
Because I keep track of people that I meet, um, and I know people that I follow. I recognize people's usernames, and then another week later, so there's weeks of gaps between them. So they were like, oh, well, I found your channel and I wanted just to be friends and stuff, and maybe you get closer. I'm like, at least show up to my streams for a month, get to know me first, be there, and then you can be my friend. But we are definitely not going to be friends at this point. There's another user, like whose username is all numbers. That's a funny story, by the way. So they followed me on stream one time, and then they were like, they whispered me as I was streaming. They were like, "Hey, do you stream?" I'm like, "What?" I asked them in their whispers, like, "What?" On stream. I had to go to be right back, and when I came back, I was like, okay, I told a little bit of a lie that I went to the bathroom, but I was answering them. And then I obviously had to go to the bathroom, but, so they were like, yeah, well, what do you stream on Twitch? I'm like, I don't stream on Twitch, obviously, I sell bread, duh. Like, you just followed me, dude, like, how are you, I was a little bit rude with them, and I told them, like, are you that stupid? While you followed me while I was live, and I see you in my community tab, and you're watching my stream, and you're asking me this in my whispers, like, are you a kid? Are you stupid? And then they never answered back. So yeah, people like to troll a little bit, or like be insensitive, as you said.
Yeah, and like there's a lot of really creepy people out there. There are a lot of hackers. There are a lot of bots. There's a lot of stuff that's like designed to hurt you.
Hmm.
It's like in life, like like we were saying a second ago, life is hard, life is brutal, and our
Uh-huh.
streams don't have to be. So
Yep.
if we can protect them from that, that's what's really important. But there was someone who came in and just immediately exclamation point commanded Discord. They first time chat, command Discord, and I immediately went to my Discord. We were in a voice chat with community games, and so I immediately shut down I locked the voice chat. And my mod was like, "What the hell?" I'm like, "I know." So we went and we just immediately banned them, kicked them out. I was like, "I'm not dealing with." You don't come into somebody's stream and immediately ask for Discord when you've never been there before, you've never
100%.
engaged, you're not like a constant lurker. So it's one of those where I just go, oh man, this is somebody who might have been trying to hack. I don't know. I don't know you. But there's also like so kids aren't allowed in my stream. We're 18 plus for a lot of reasons. Mainly it's because I feel this personal, like overwhelming sense of accountability and responsibility for children. If I'm around children, I feel like I need to be great influence. I want to be educating them. I want to be showing them experiences that I feel like when I'm around kids, I need to be a part of rearing them. And I can't have that kind of responsibility in my
Yeah.
stream. The things that we talk about, we get really naughty, we get a little nasty. There's, you know what I mean? We have a lot of fun, a lot of chaos, and I just can't be responsible for the influence that we're having on children. So we're 18 plus. So when people come in, especially if they're delightful, especially if they're having a great time, and then I find out that they're under 18, I'm like, damn it. Listen, come back to me when you're 18, but I gotta kick you out.
Yeah.
I have to. Yeah, it's protecting a lot of people, including you. You're, I don't know what your life is. I don't know what
Yeah.
you're allowed to do and not allowed to do.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's one of those things too where it's like, follow the rules. Please, please just follow the rules.
Yeah. I've been
Somebody
having
who loves breaking rules.
I've been having a
just follow
thought
them.
lately about like making my community strictly 21 plus, because I say overly thirsty comments sometimes about like characters in video games. I wear a little bit of overly sus, like sheer clothing and like see-through clothing sometimes. Uh,
Hmm.
like some queer people do. Like it's a fashion statement, but most
Yeah.
importantly, I don't want someone that's fairly mature. Well, let's not call 18 like you have teen in your number, like 18, 19. You're still a teen to me. So I don't want anyone under the age of 21 to be included. But if you're 18 and you know me and I know you from someplace else, because there's a person that pops into streams that I mod for, and they stream themselves. They're like 17 years old. I be very wary because they're known. It's not like, oh, he's a kid. No, they're mature for their age, but they're known. They have their own viewers. They have their own community, and they're like 17 years old. So like, that's respectable. You know, that's the difference. Because I've been to their streams. I've rated them a few times. They've rated me a few times. They have their own servers. They run stuff. They maintain stuff. If I find, because speaking of like that queer sus thing that you said, I was trying to remember it. So one time at the very, very, very end, like the raid was going through, and that bar, you know, like the bar counts down to when you go like raid out. So it was at the middle of it. Someone spoke in Russian, and Siribot immediately banned them. And I was like, okay, looking at the term, one of them said educational. But then I didn't notice that there's like another word with educational, which meant cocksucker. And I was like, well, you know what? They're not wrong. So I was like, okay, well, they gotta go. They said slur. They called me the F word, like the word that rhymes with bag. So
Yeah.
I was like, nope, they're gone. But they're not wrong about the cocksucker, which is where one of my emotes came from. Because one of my friends and mods, Jay Quillen or Quill, I recommend you check her out. She is beyond, like even beyond the beyond amazing. Like very welcoming, very understanding. She's a mother. I call her my twin flame, like my twin sister, because she knows me very well. If she always like consolates me if I'm sad, I always come to her if I need to vent. She's always there. She always puts time, even though she has 2 kids, 2 toddlers, and she puts time for me. So I appreciate her so much. And she's gonna be back to streaming on the, I think, hold on, in like 10 days from now, on the 29th. On the 29th, yeah. And so people like that. She made an emote of me like drooling. And she called it, when she sent it to me, the file was called cocksucker, and I laughed my ass off. I laughed my ass off. Yeah. So to the people starting to stream like fairly recently, or if you know someone that started streaming and they don't know what to do, what's one advice you want to give them?
I got 2. The first one is don't look at the numbers. They don't matter. And they're inaccurate. So when you know what I mean? I know when you're pushing for affiliate, people have to pay attention to that number because it tells them when to, like for the viewer number, when to stop streaming because you're trying to play with your averages and stuff. But as far as from 1 second to the next, going up 3 and down 1, there's always a lag with Twitch. There's always some people are hidden, some people don't show up for a minute. You don't actually know how many people are in your stream at one time, especially when numbers are that low. It's really hard for Twitch to figure that out. But mostly like with follows, people who are starting really, really look at those numbers and they take them to heart. They'll be at 12 and then the next day they'll be at 11 and they'll be like, why did that person unfollow? What did I do? What did I do wrong? And they'll try and reassess. Stop it. It's not about that. That could have been a bot that got purged. That could have been somebody's second account that they had to delete. It could have been a million things, and none of them have to do with you at all. So my biggest, like, you're first starting, forget the numbers. Don't worry about the numbers. They don't matter. And that goes into the second piece. Just do what you love to do. So in the TV industry where I work, we have this thing that we say, which is don't chase the zeitgeist. Don't chase what's hot, because if you're chasing what's hot, you're already 3 months behind.
100%.
Just Just write for you. So in the same thing with streaming, stream for you. Do what you love. Do what you have fun doing. Because in the end, we're not here for your game. We might find you through a game, but we stay because we like you and we want to hang out with you. And so you just be you. do what you love, have a lot of fun, and keep doing it.
100%, 100%. And people like you or Cassidy or Panda Jam or even Quill, my friend, they are very rare. Like some people like stay. I found her through The Sims. I found her through The Sims last year, and we became friends ever since. I was like, "Ooh, she sounds like a model," and she was a model. She used to do modeling. And I was like, okay, a model playing a game. I would love to see that. And there, when I clicked on her username, she was there, normal person. I didn't think less of a normal person. She was amazing. She was there. But what I also want to say is that something very important that I had an argument with someone in my friends chat about, because they rated with 25 viewers. I'm saying because that's what they said. That's how the conversation started. And I was playing 7 Days to Die with them, or co-streaming. So I was like, okay. He was like, woo, let's go, 25 viewers, add it to your viewers. And then I look at their numbers and they're like 13. I'm like, are you sure? Because it stayed 13 for like over an hour. And then I was like, are you sure you rated with 25? Because some of them are like sleeper viewers. Twitch does have that. And he immediately claps back and like, are you calling my viewers bots? Are you saying that I don't have viewers, that I was faking it? I'm like, whoa. Easy. Twitch has something, and he was very stubborn. He didn't even want to understand what Twitch has. He's like, okay, 25 viewers, 25 viewers. That's how they understood. Because he was fairly new to streaming, and I don't know why my friend gave him a sword of some sort, maybe being nice or trying to help them, but he didn't seem nice. He didn't seem to know what he's doing, even though he's learning, but he's not willing to give other people time to teach him. So I said, there's something about Twitch that you guys need to understand. It's called sleeper viewers. Sleeper viewers are people who get rated from channel to channel, or have their tabs muted. Like if you're using Google Chrome, it doesn't let you mute the tab. It mutes the whole site, which most people have or use. So does Opera. Opera works as a Google Chrome clone. So they base it off Google Chrome, and they built something they do. You can mute tabs in Opera, but it affects on like if you have a tab muted and then you leave it for like, let's say an hour, you come back to it, it's asleep. I've noticed that. So some viewers are sleeper viewers, as in like they're there, and let's say you got a big raid of like 200. When you get rated, it says 500. 300 of these are like sleeper viewers, because they're like either lurking, or their tab didn't refresh, or they got taken away with the raid. They appear in the community tab, but they don't speak in chat, or it doesn't count them. Because I run tests during my streams. Like sometimes I look at the numbers just to run tests. I don't care about the numbers, but like I've noticed something that you can dip from 27 to 13 for like an hour, and then you can go back to 27. So these are the people that don't go in, as you said, don't go through on Twitch, like doesn't recognize them, or they may be inactive or muted the tab, or like you have to consider that there's lurkers and there's sleeper viewers. So that's the difference. I wanted to just shed a light on that. Yeah.
It's also something else I would, for advice for new streamers, two things. Love your lurkers and let them be lurkers. There are some new streamers who notice the number goes up and are trying to call out their lurkers to come in and chat. And I'm like, listen, like, do your stream how you want to do your stream, but love your lurkers. There are people who are like, I can't pay attention, I can't listen, I can't watch, but I want to support you, so I'm going to put you on here. I'm going to put you down to 1%. So, you get the view. And just let me lurk. Let me just be here. I don't need to be called out. If I want to come to chat, I'm gonna come to chat. Like, leave me alone. So love your lurkers and raid out, even with one. Like you were saying, that person was calling out the 25 views. I hate it when people do that. That's something. It doesn't piss me off. I'm just like, stop.
Yeah.
It's one of those, like, it doesn't matter if you're rating in with one person, if you're rating in with 25. It doesn't matter if my numbers just jumped from 20 to 50 in a moment. I know, like, sometimes my community gets really excited about that, and it's really cute. But I don't like to call it out because honestly, I'm here for the people.
Uh-huh.
I'm here for whoever's engaging. But
Yeah.
yeah, for new streamers, it can feel. I remember when I first started. I remember having nobody in my channel, just myself, and wanting to rate out, but feeling embarrassed that I'm rating out with one or rating out with three instead of rating out with 20. And I realized really fast that no one else cares. You don't have to be embarrassed. Like, really great streamers call out their raids with the same fervor of with 3 people that they do with 89.
Yeah. Honestly,
And that's what's
that's what I do.
important.
That's what I do as well. Like I turned my channel into networking as a whereas like if I know you and you stream, I will support you. You have a goal. I've gotten most of my friends to their goals. I was in and out of my friends and mods channel the other week. She was on the road to 1,000.
Oh wow.
She was stuck on 993. And I was like, okay, hold on with those cat that side eye looking to the left, looking to. They always know that I'm sus when I use that. And people started pouring in. My friends followed. Blue Panda Jam followed. She partook in that as well. She helped a lot. We got her to 1,000, over 1,000 as well. And someone came into
Yay.
chat and was like, "Oh, damn, I missed the 1,000th follower." Well, I'll be your 1,001.
Yeah, and that's what's so beautiful. Like, the communities, we take care of each other.
Yeah,
And that's a good thing. Like, if you vibe with them and you vibe with your community, most likely your community will vibe with them too, which is really cool
100%,
and fun.
100%,
I really
100%.
like that.
What even bothers me, but it's not my channel. I don't get to choose it. I don't have a word in that. Um, but it really sickens me. Like sometimes I feel I just close the tab when I see that happening. But I hate when you have like, let's say 89 viewers and you rate someone that has 145 viewers. I immediately leave the raid. I don't want to be part of that because I want to support
Right.
smaller streamers.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because like when
I
you,
don't mind that so much, but I can see what you know what I mean. I can see
yeah,
what you mean. I
yeah,
usually pop a lurk on them and then go and find a smaller streamer that I can give my like proper view and engagement.
that's what I do.
Just
That's
because
what
I
I
have
do.
just a lot of friends who are smaller streamers.
Don't take it personally, either you or or anyone else. But like, if you don't see me doing anything other than lurk, it's because I love you, but I want to support like and chat with other people. Like, I had my friend Zal XAL. It's written XAL. Zal today. He had like 4 viewers, and I was engaging in his chat. So I've rated him with like a party of 30 one time, and he freaked out in a good way. He's like, "Whoa, I've never seen that many people in my channel. I've rated a friend with 58." I only say these numbers because I saw them when I was rating out. So
Yeah, and it does. It makes a big. Oh, well, that's exactly what brought me to Twitch.
yeah,
It's that feeling, that freak out when you pull that many people, a huge chunk of people into some. I mean, Neil Newman had 2,000, but
yeah,
with these streamers who have 20 people in, and you raid with 50, you raid with 40, even you just raid with another 20,
yeah,
15. It's like, oh my God, look, I'm breaking 30, I'm breaking 40. Look at all these people.
yeah.
Maybe some of them will hang out. Maybe some of them will vibe. It
Oh
just
yeah,
feels so good, and that's exactly what brought me here, because
yeah.
it's that really supportive, really lovely feeling of like, I'm doing this. I don't know, I'm making you feel good. I like to make people feel good.
Oh
I
yeah,
really like making people feel good.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that person that I met, I was like, oh my God, I'm so scared. Like meeting new people, you don't know what to expect. So I met this amazing trans guy, because I'm saying guy because he uses he him. Um, I was playing 7 days a day. He had like 2 viewers, and I broke him with 58. I was like so happy. He was like, "Oh my God, you're probably my biggest raid so far." I was like, "Oh, I'm so happy about that." Like, I really love helping people. If I see you have 16 viewers, you're a pass for me. Like, okay, you already have double digits, but like if you have 13 and less, consider me, because I'm like, I really want to help other people, like push people, because I got to a place. I have 1,000 viewers, and I said it the other day, and my mods yelled at me because I said that. I'm like, what? I'm humble. I don't consider myself as a small streamer. A big streamer who is considered a big streamer if you're partnered on Twitch and if you have like 5,000 followers. That's big streamer for me. So I still am on the scale of a small streamer. So, yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So we're gonna play a few mini games. Do you have any notebooks next to you, like something you can write it down?
I sure do. I'm a
Okay.
writer. I've got about 6 notebooks next to me.
Nice, nice. So have you ever played Kill, Marry, Sleep With?
Oh my gosh, sure.
Yeah, we're gonna play a game called Play, Delete, Uninstall.
Play, delete, uninstall.
Yeah, so I've added a few little mini games. As I said, the first one is similar to Kill, Marry, Sleep With. In this mini game, I will name a set of 3 games each time. You'll have to tell me which one you'd play, which one you'd delete from existence, and it's gone forever for everyone. No, to a point of no return whatsoever. Even taken down from pirating sites. And if you have a copy, it's also destroyed. Or uninstall, which is kind of like a demos, which you play once all the way through and then never go back to, or just play for a few minutes and or a few hours and just uninstall. That also includes the whole franchise.
Man, this might be tough because I started gaming 12 months ago.
I mean, you've seen people play different games, so you might have an idea about some of them. If you blank out, you can skip, but you have 3 jokers that allow you to either delete all of the games during one of the questions or keep all of them. You cannot uninstall or keep/delete 2 or favor 1 over 2 or delete 1 and keep 2, you know. You're also free to, as I said, skip any of these questions or just tell me like, okay, this one I don't know, so we can skip it. There's no hassle. We're gonna start with Baldur's Gate, Elden Ring, Diablo.
All right, well, Diablo delete,
Okay.
only because I barely know it. Play Baldur's Gate 3 forever, and uninstall Elden Ring.
Okay. You know a little bit of like not massive horror games. I know you haven't played horror games, but you've seen people play them, right?
And I did a lot of research on them trying to
Okay.
figure out what to play. So
Okay.
this one might work.
Oh, all right. So Alan Wake, Resident Evil, and The Evil Within.
Okay, we'll put Evil Within into delete because I don't know it. I mean, I know it, but I don't know it. And then Resident Evil play, and Alan Wake uninstall.
Okay. Little Nightmares, the Alien series, and Silent Hill.
Delete Silent Hill, play Little Nightmares, and uninstall Alien.
Okay. We have The Sims, Disney Dreamlight Valley, and Palia.
What was the last one? Palia?
Palia, yeah. Or Palia,
I
however
don't-
people want to call it.
I don't actually know those. Disney Dreamlight Valley is the only one that I know, so I'd play that.
The Sims, of
But the
course,
other
you should have heard of The Sims, like at least heard of them.
I've heard of them, which makes me, but I don't know anything about it. But there's a little part of me, this little like rebellious, sort of chaotic gremlin in me that wants to delete Sims for everybody everywhere because I know that it would make a ripple.
Oh my god.
So I'd say let's delete Sims and then uninstall Palia. Only because I don't know anything about Palia. I've never played Sims, but I just know how
Uh-huh.
much everyone loves Sims, and so I wanna torture people
I
for a
mean,
second.
the company that makes the Sims, EA, Electronic Arts, it's very evil, like pure evil. I would like they even canceled The Sims 5. They said like The Sims 5 is never happening. So I was expecting their so-called Project Renee to be The Sims 5. It turns out it's just another mobile game. So I was like, well, fuck you. So Assassin's Creed, Uncharted, and Tomb Raider.
um, delete Uncharted only because I don't really know much about it. I've seen it.
Mhm.
Play Assassin's Creed and uninstall Tomb Raider.
Have you actually played any Assassin's Creed game?
No, I've only watched Jesus Segura 19 play it. He's a big Assassin's Creed person right now.
Hmm. And you've
And
seen
so I
me
hang out.
play it
I'm
as
his
well.
mod. I hang out in his stream.
Hmm.
I've seen you play it. I like lurk in your thing, but I never pay attention to the gameplay. I'm just listening to you talk and
Ah,
chatting with your chatters.
no, 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 because
That's the other thing too.
you popped in one time when I was doing Assassin's Creed Syndicate, and I was like, oh my god, Ryder is here, and I was so happy.
Like yes, yes. But that's also what I do. Like I pop into people's streams. I hang out with them, and honestly, unless you're playing, Slay the Princess, Fortnite, or Baldur's Gate, I rarely actually watch the gameplay. I watch your face, the streamer's face, and I'm in chat,
Same
just
here.
engaging. And I
Same
think
here.
it's one of those, like, I didn't grow up with games, and so I don't know them very well, and it can be kind
All
of
right.
dizzying. And as I'm learning and getting more interested, then I'm like, oh no, wait, I know this game. Let me pay attention to how you're playing and what you're
Yeah,
doing.
yeah.
But
Okay, so
yeah,
since
it's
you
interesting.
mentioned these three, I'm gonna go out of the comfort zone and say Baldur's Gate, Slay the Princess, and Fortnite. Which one of these three?
Wow,
I'm gonna put you through the
that's
challenge here.
so hard. Oh, that is so hard.
That's what she said.
I know. Yes. Oh, okay, let's talk through this. It's really hard because Fortnite is a community game.
Hmm.
So if I were to uninstall that or delete that, I would lose the community aspect to it, which is so important to me.
Hmm.
However, to have to play through Baldur's Gate once and never ever play it again would leave a very big hole in my heart because I love it so much. But Slay the Princess has such replayability because there are a lot of options you're choosing every second of the game, and each option is a different story path. So you couldn't play it once and then uninstall it. You are always playing it over and over and over again. So it's just like designed differently. So that's really, really,
Yeah.
really, really hard.
Okay.
I think
You can use a
man,
Joker
I
if you
think
want.
we would. Yeah, I want. Well, yeah, that would be it. I'd use the Joker, but that's like not the point, right? The point is to make the decision. I'd use the Joker and keep all of
I
them.
mean, yeah,
Absolutely.
that's a given. All right, so we're gonna play the second game because I had a list. So since you're like fairly new, so that's about it. We're gonna play
Okay.
rename the game, but I am giving it a special touch. You said you worked in movies, right?
I do.
Instead of rename the game, rename the movie. This time we're gonna play. So the goal of this mini game is of simply consists of simply coming up with different names for movies. Like change one word from the movie's name, replace it with another word. Let's say, for example, the word is bean. For example, Bean Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, or Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Bean, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Such movies. Today's word is lingo. So we're gonna take turns. Like you say a movie, I'll say a movie during the span of like 2 minutes. Let me just ready my timer. So we're gonna take turns, and the last one that says, well, when the timer ends, you're gonna be, he's gonna be crowned the winner, like you or me. So let's do that. This time I'll let you start. So the word is lingo.
Any movie that exists ever?
Yeah. You can just, for example, It has to. It doesn't. You're not allowed to change movies with one word in their name. Like for example, Lingo Impossible. For example, like A Good Day to Die Lingo. For example, like those like composite names. You know.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna be really hard.
It's easy. It's easy. All right.
Cruel lingo.
Spider-Man Lingo Morales.
The dark lingo.
Shrek Lingo.
The lingo of the rings.
I Lingo.
No lingo for old men.
The Lingo Purge.
Eternal lingo of the spotless mind.
Lingo of Chucky.
Inglorious lingo.
Resident Lingo in Retribution. Sorry.
American lingo.
Lingo of the Caribbean.
Lingo famous.
Batman Lingo, or let's say the Dark Lingo.
The dark lingo. Shaun of the lingo.
Okay. Jupiter Lingo.
Children of lingo.
Harry Potter and the Deathly Lingo.
Lingo in translation.
Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Lingo.
Pan's lingo.
The Hunger Lingo.
City of lingo.
50 Shades of Lingo.
Lingo Bill, Volume 1.
Assassin's Lingo.
Brokeback lingo.
Superhero Lingo.
There will be lingo.
Winnie the Pooh Lingo and Honey.
Donnie lingo.
Murder Lingo 2.
Lingo 9.
Jennifer's Lingo.
Catch me if you lingo.
Sausage Lingo.
Lingo of New York.
Alright, that's the time. You win. You win.
Did I?
Yes. Oh my god, that was so
That was
funny.
good. That was fun.
That was so funny. I wanted to keep going on, but I was like, okay, maybe that's becoming repetitive for the listeners. I don't know.
Coming to in a world, coming to a theater near you.
All right, so this is the third mini game. We're gonna play something called This or That. It's easy.
Okay.
Soda or sparkling water?
Sparkling water.
Normal milk or chocolate milk?
Chocolate.
Iced tea lemon or iced tea peach?
Peach.
Lipstick or mascara?
Mascara.
Walmart or Target?
Target.
TV series or movie?
TV.
Coffee or hot chocolate?
Hot chocolate.
And personal vehicle or public transport?
Oh, that's hard. Personal vehicle.
All right, those are the games.
Hell yeah.
Yep, we are gonna move into something called pop quiz or lightning round, which I'm gonna ask like random normal questions. Just it's kind of like a portfolio about you. Let's say that.
Okay.
So, what would you do with $1 million?
Charity after paying off all of my brother's family's things, food, rent, schooling, stuff like that. And travel. How many things can I do with $1 million?
I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah, I would pay for my brother's life necessities and educational stuff for his fam. And I would travel around the world, and then I'd give the rest to charity.
Okay. What's one of your all-time favorite songs?
Ooh, Saves the Day is the band. The song is called Shoulder to the Wheel.
Okay. What's one thing you spend a lot of money on besides books or something for writing or even games?
Delivery. It's so sad.
Food delivery, okay.
Yeah.
What's your biggest pet peeve?
When people tell me to stop thinking, stop analyzing, stop wondering, stop
Oh
puzzling.
yeah. That gets me into a lot of like, I go down a hole where it renders me anxious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Overthinking, that's the word.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. What's your comfort off-stream movie or off-stream game, actually? Sorry.
Doctor Who. Oh, you want game, not movie?
Yeah, game. Sorry, game.
Doctor Who is my comfort off-stream game is Hogwarts Legacy.
Oh my God, you've hit a G spot. In gaming,
Oh.
it's my favorite game ever. Like if I have time,
Really?
I would. I've had a lot of backlash because of it. Like one like when it first came out not last year, but like 2022, and I was still on console. A so-called partner streamer never lurks in my channel. I've seen him in my community tab. He was like, hello Blue, do you know the controversy behind this game? I'm like, yeah. He's like, do you know that it affects trans people? I'm like, yeah. So where are you going with this? He's like, oh, so you know, and you still go on with it. I'm like, yeah. What's it to you? He's like, oh, you're willfully ignorant. I removed your self promo from my channel. I'm like, just because you told me I'm willfully ignorant, that makes you a prick. You're gone. You're reported. Fuck you. And they're gone. So people started DMing me like, if you plan on playing this game, please don't self-promo about it. And that's how you do it. You don't go to people's streams and tell them like, you did this and you did that. That's one of my main rules. You don't tell me what to play. I don't tell you what to play.
Yeah, there's a lot of controversy around it, which is totally legit and valid, and it's not okay the way that person handled it.
Yep.
But there are a couple of things to consider. There are trans characters in the game, and there are trans writers and designers and developers who are part of making the game, and they're getting paid from this. Where the person in question, she who must not be named, we do not talk about her. She doesn't really get much from this kind of stuff anymore. She's not really that in charge. It's not her. You know, she's so
they only
rich.
paid for the assets.
We're not affecting her. Yeah, we're like boycotting it doesn't help her anything. Now listen, please do boycott it. Be your activist self. Do whatever you need to do to make you feel good about what it is that the damage that she has done, because she has done so much damage, and that is I don't want to devalue that at all. But there are a few things, you know. First of all, I was gifted it, so they didn't get any of my money. And second of all, I'm promoting and helping all of the trans and queer people who are on those teams building this thing, taking her money because they're getting paid, you know? And that's what's important. Also, Harry Potter has not been hers for decades. It's ours. It's the fandoms. And so like I have all that. And anyway, I also have a command in my, because I do stream it. So I do have a command in my channel that is exclamation point, her initials, that teach people what a TERF is and how damaging she is and everything that's gone on. If people want to know more, they can go to this link. And if they want to excuse themselves from the stream, I completely understand, because there are a lot of feelings and it's really, really, she's done a lot of damage, and I don't want to devalue that at all. But yeah, there are certain ways to, like, I don't know, comport oneself when they're feeling triggered and everything. So, but yeah, I mean, the game is a comfort game. The Harry Potter universe is a comfort thing. I've been reading them since I was an itty bitty. And I love it. I love that. I love Hogwarts. I love that place.
Yep, same here. And I've spoken to many people. Some people, when I was doing that first playthrough, at the time where that person came through, that partnered streamer came in, there was 2 trans people watching me play that, and they just went and unfollowed him because they were from his community. And after what he's done, they were like, well, yeah, fuck him, now we're sticking with you. And I even asked my IRL friend here, he's trans, FTM, so female to male, so because I grew up with him, so, and I like witnessed his transformation and everything. So I asked him, like, do you mind if I played Hogwarts? He's like, do I fucking care? Dude, I've got Harry Potter movies for days. I've got Harry Potter. I've got the what's it called? Like the extended versions. I've even have Fantastic Beasts on DVD, and I watch them, and you know how many movie nights we've done together. Like, I don't fucking care. Play them. Does it affect me? No. Does it affect other people? I don't fucking care. That's what he told me. So, yeah, I kept that in mind. He's like, well, you do what you want. As long as you're not affecting me directly, we're friends. I haven't spoken to him since like 2021 because of like the situation here. So yeah. What's one thing or person you cannot live without?
Well, that's hard. I have a stuffed animal that I've had since I was an itty bitty baby. Yeah, his name is Mutsy, and he's like the stuffed animal is named Mutsy. Like anyone who might have bought a Mutsy, they're all called Mutsy, so people might recognize him. He's a brown dog, and his middle is so skinny because I spent the last 36 years squeezing him. And he's missing an ear from a fight that I had with a friend in my sophomore year of high school. And he goes absolutely everywhere with me. You can catch him over my shoulder. He's on stream. And there was one time I left him at Disney World when I was in 4th grade, and it was devastating. And we went through so many hoops, and the hotel mailed him to me. And that was the only time he even came close to being lost.
Oh my god, I googled him. He is so cute. I have something similar. I have a stuffed animal that I had since year 1. I name him Snoopy. He doesn't look like Snoopy at all, but he's like my comfort. Even though I'm 30 and I still sleep with my stuffed animal, it's not a shameful thing to do, like normal comforting sometimes in the winter, because he's like full of wool. He like brings me a little bit of like heat in the winter, so I need that. Yeah,
I remember my mom saying to me, like, eventually you're not going to be sleeping, you're not going to have Mutsy. And every time I go to visit her and I bring Mutsy, I say, it hasn't happened yet, Ma. That's the other thing I love about millennials, though, because when we were told, get rid of your stuffed animals, you're going to college or whatever, we said, no, fuck you. I'm not going to do that. Why would I do that?
Yeah. Same.
We kept our animals.
Same. I've gotten rid of like some of them because they got rotten, and the amount of time they've been washed, they started degrading. I've had to do that.
Yeah.
I had like a big ass teddy bear that's probably 3 feet tall, and I had to carry her everywhere. I was like, imagine a boy under 10 years old carrying a toy that's bigger than him everywhere he goes. That was me.
That's cute. I love that.
Yeah. So if you were to be any object or creature, real or fictional, what would you be and why?
Oh, fictional. That changes the game. I immediately was going to say cat. But if fictional,
your call. Creature can be real or fictional. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the answer has to be Phoenix, and I love flying. That's the first thing.
Nice.
But I just love the Phoenix and everything that it represents, as far as like rebirth and regeneration and growth after demolition. It's just sort of represents the entire cycle of the universe, and I think it's so beautiful.
Nice. So the book I told you about is called Eternal Phoenix.
Oh, nice.
I'll
have to look it up. Oh, it's one you're writing. Oh, that makes me so excited. Okay, well, I can't wait until you finish it and that gets published. Make sure you send me an art.
You're getting a dedicated copy.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, it's gonna be Dear WriterDi. I'll try to Google languages and write it in like each line in a language.
I love that.
So yeah. What's one of your all-time favorite songs?
Oh, well, we did the Saves the Day, Shoulders to the Wheel.
Okay.
Is there I guess like I can do a backup. I can do like a musical song which would be
Or
on my
or
own
a song that you have
from Les
on repeat
Miserables.
recently, if you want.
Ooh, nice. Okay, a song I have on repeat recently is Are You Mine? No, Do I Want to Know by Arctic Monkeys.
Ooh, I need to check that out.
This is a delicious song.
Yeah.
Do You Want to Know by Arctic Monkeys.
Mine would be because you know there's like war going on here, so I don't have like the taste to hear anything lately, but I've been keeping up. So Kylie Minogue just released an album, and I've been
Mhm.
listening to her song Diamonds all day.
Oh yeah? Okay.
Yeah, and she's like Australia's Madonna.
Yes, I know Kylie Minogue. She was in a Doctor Who episode.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, she's the one that
Yeah.
sang "Can't Get You Out of My Head." Like la la
Mhm.
la 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 la, like those. When immediately when I told my dad that she's the singer of that song, he was like, "Oh, oh, just raise the volume." Yeah. So if you had the chance to switch lives with one celebrity from today, who would it be and why, and what would you do for one day?
For one day. I think it might be Neil Newbon,
Oh,
who plays Astarion in Baldur's Gate. He plays a lot of things, but he plays Astarion in Baldur's Gate and Heisenberg in Resident Evil.
oh,
And it would be a day when he has like a full schedule of traveling and panels. So his career is really taken. I mean, his career has been illustrious. Is that a word?
yep.
For years now. But it's really taken off since Baldur's Gate 3 because of how hugely popular, how hugely successful and award-winning it's become in the last like year and a half, 2 years. So he's constantly traveling around the world, living out of his suitcase, going through hotels and B&Bs and doing these panels and these podcasts and these interviews and going through all of like the fan stuff. And that's a life that I know is exhausting, but it's the life that I want. I want to be traveling everywhere and going on panels and doing interviews and interacting with people and living that side of this kind of industry life. And it looks absolutely thrilling. I mean, really, really devastatingly exhausting, but thrilling. So I think that would be it.
Yeah, I think I recognize his face because I googled him as you were speaking. Um, his name is Carl Eisenberg or Neil Newborn.
His name is Neil Newbon.
Newborn, yeah, Newborn.
Yeah. Carl Heisenberg is a character in Resident Evil, but yeah, he's the character that he plays, Neil Newbon, and that's who he is on Twitch, and that's who it was his streams that got me onto Twitch, the raids that got me in love with Twitch. He's the reason I'm here.
Ah, nice. Mine is Call Me Kevin. Not who I want to switch lives with, but like the reason I'm on Twitch. He was such a big influence. I said was because he quit Twitch. Sadly, he has taken a step back from YouTube where he used to post videos every single day. Now he only posts on Saturdays. He's my inspiration to everything. He got me into my favorite game of all times, Don't Starve Together, which I highly recommend you try. It's not a scary game,
Okay.
but it's more of like a top-down, hand-drawn survival with a spooky aspect game.
Did you say top-down hand job?
Top-down, hand-drawn.
Oh. Sorry, that's wild.
I know that's hilarious.
I was like, okay.
Yeah, pronunciation probably.
No, yeah, it's that and ADD in my ears. Yeah.
I mean, my ears troll me all the time. So yeah, mine would be as like switching lives. Funny enough, Kim Kardashian.
Really? Why?
For three reasons. One, I wanna smuggle some of her fortune to my family, like send my family some of her money. Um, Second reason is I want to see what goes on behind the scenes, and I know my luck. because every time I do something that I want, the opposite happens. Like, for example, like I was planning for a field trip and having fun, and during that field trip, nothing fun happened. So, if you know what I mean. And the third reason is I want to call her sisters out, like, "Hey, you bitch, come here," for example, like those things.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so if your life was ever to be a movie, what would it be named and why?
Well, I kind of have already written it into a movie.
Oh, nice.
um, it well, TV show, not a movie, but yeah, it's called Saturn's Return,
Oh,
and I named it. I named it Saturn's Return because of the astrological thing about your Saturn's return is when the universe pushes you into your life, kicks you in the ass, and says, "Grow the fuck up." Like
I
it's
love that
time.
description.
So yeah, that's what I have a list of like titles for my memoir
Mhm.
that oh man, if I can find it in like 3 seconds, I'll absolutely share it with you. Let me type memoir into my notes and just see if it shows up.
No worries.
But
Mine would be what the fuck. This probably will buy you time to find it.
what the fuck?
Yeah, or WTF, or like just like dot dot dot, or what now?
Or what now?
Yeah,
Okay. So I've wait, I not that one. No.
that's fine.
No, I've only found one. It says tonight can't be the end of the world because I'm sleeping naked.
Nice.
That's the only one that I found. But yeah. Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah,
That's a good one.
yeah. Like,
That's a good
cause
one.
every single thing that's happening lately, I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like,
Yeah, what the
question
fuck?
mark, question mark, question mark. So yeah. So which of these three things you'd give up if you ever had to? Money, gaming, or love?
Love.
Okay.
I know that
So
was really fast, but it's kind of, I already sort of made that choice.
no worries, no worries. I would probably give up, well, that's a hard thing to do, but like, I would probably give up money because, like, I'm rich in friends. I'm rich in people that know me,
Mhm.
and I'm popular because of that. I'm not famous, I'm popular. There's a difference. Famous is
Mhm.
like the whole world knows you. People want to your autograph. You can't go outside without being bombarded by paparazzis. Popular, you're known by a certain group of people, and people love your company. That's how you're popular.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I like that. If we didn't live in like a capitalist
yeah,
society, I'd love to be able to give up money. It's just so important to like survival. And then yeah, I don't know. I choose love so quickly because I think it's the scariest thing. It's the thing I know the least, and it's the thing I've lived without for so long.
yeah, yeah,
That it's like a more comfortable thing to give up. But I am really curious about it, and I do wish there was more of it, and that I
yeah,
hadn't made the sacrifice for a career.
yeah.
But
So what's one of your all-time favorite series or TV shows?
Doctor Who.
Obviously. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Mine is, and everybody that knows me knows that I breathe, I live, I see The Simpsons. Like, if they ever stop, that will be probably a big hit to the head with a pipe to me. Like, I would
Oh,
I would lose my mind if they ever end anytime soon before I get to at least go to Universal Studios and be in the Simpsons world. At least that's one of my goals. So the latest season that they did, they're elevating their viewers. Like, they're doing stuff that people want to see from classic Simpsons. Season 36 started off as a series finale. The first episode was a series finale because AI wrote it. They let AI write them. So AI wrote that
mm.
Bart Simpson is 11, and that everybody's like, those moments where you just, at the end of a movie or at the end of a series, you just turn off the lights to symbolize that it's the end. Every character was doing that. So I was like, okay, that's not supposed to end like that. And then I was like, okay, well, The Simpsons are known for gags, so that must be a gag. And then they released episode 2. I'm like, okay, that's a relief. Episode 2 was pretty good, though.
All right.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
So those are food-related questions. The following. What is your favorite drink of choice?
I have this mushroom. It's not psychedelic mushroom. It's lion's mane. I have a lion's mane distilled liquor that is non-alcoholic. It's just like a, what do they call it? Non-alcoholic
Ooh.
spirit. It's so delicious.
A virgin drink? Like that? Something like
It's
that?
a virgin drink. Yeah, it's a non-alcoholic spirit, and it has cardamom, palo santo, clove, lion's mane. It's so delicious, and you just put that on ice. You can put it in Bloody Mary mix as well.
Oh
It's
my
really, really good. But I just
god.
put that on ice. I love it.
I love cardamom. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That
It's
is,
delicious.
yeah, mine, if we're talking alcohol, you know that the Jaeger bomb, they add like vodka to it, right? Not vodka, sorry,
Okay.
energy drinks.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So I add vodka and I add sparkling water. So it's like extra. So I like it heavy. And if it wasn't alcoholic, any sparkling drink would do. I don't drink soda.
Mm. Yeah, I don't drink sugar.
Yeah. What's your favorite comfort food of all time?
Mac and cheese.
Oh, nice. Mine is chocolate
Yeah.
or pineapple pizza.
I love pineapple on pizza. We had a whole conversation today on stream about it, and our
Nice.
stream, because we're super diverse, was split down the middle of fuck no and fuck yes, and one person saying never tried it, but I'd be down.
Nice, nice. I like to take it up on the weird side by adding ketchup to it, on the pineapple slices specifically.
All right, listen, that is very weird. I'm going to try it.
I recommend you try ketchup on rice. Ketchup on rice is, oh my god, I cannot describe it. I have this weird food combination since I was a kid. Like, dad used to add mustard to his rice, and I was like, well, I didn't like mustard, so I'm gonna try ketchup, and I fell in love ever since.
That's wild. I'm going to try that too. I don't really eat rice very often, but next time I do, I'm going to give that a shot.
Yeah. What's the weirdest food you've ever had?
Let's see. I have a lot of weird food. I like a lot of weird food.
Hmm.
I really like strange textures, and I like a lot of stuff in my junk. So, I'm not sure how to answer that. Oh, okay, crickets. Yeah, I got mezcal and crickets from a friend who went to Mexico and brought me back some stuff. And you you grind up the crickets and you put it on the rim like it's salt. And it's as far as eating bugs is concerned, that's always gonna sort of elicit that like ooh with the ooh. But
Yeah.
it's really good. I really like it.
Oh my god. Yeah, my weirdest
Yeah, I
was
really liked it.
octopus, funny enough.
Oh yeah, okay. Why was that weird?
Because my cousin likes to experiment with her food, and she took everything that you use in the curry except the chicken and the mushrooms. Like, she used the powders, she used the texture. She made the rice taste like you're eating like you're actually eating curry, but instead of those chicken slices, she used teeny tiny octopus, like the baby octopuses. She put some in there, and I tried it, and I was like, it's so delicious, but it's so chewy. I don't know what to do.
It's so chewy.
Yeah.
Octopus is so chewy. I really like octopus, but I stopped eating animals that are smarter than me. To which my brother would say, then that leaves all animals out. And I'm like, okay. Very
Oh,
good one.
wow.
But yeah, I stopped eating octopus and I stopped eating pig.
Are pigs
It's been a long
smart?
time. Yeah, pigs are really smart. Really, really, really smart. And they're very social. And they like hold funerals and shit for each other like crows.
Aw.
Yeah,
I
isn't that
didn't know
cute?
that. I didn't know that. When you said pigs, I'm like, Spider Pig. Spider Pig does whatever a Spider Pig does from the Simpsons movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's your favorite or a traditional food from your state?
Traditional food from my state, I think, would probably be kale. I don't know.
What the
Did you ask
fuck?
what is the question? My favorite food or a traditional
Favorite
food from my state?
or traditional? Yeah, your favorite food from your state or a traditional food that you want to introduce to the world that's from your state.
I'm not sure what a traditional food from my state would be. We're so,
Yeah, or a country.
you know what I
Anything
mean?
that the US is like very famous for also.
I don't know. That's hard. That's like burgers and stuff, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Barbecue. Our southern barbecue is really good. But I think what I would say, we'll go with my favorite food, which is sushi.
Oh, we have a sushi place
Just
right
straight
across
up
my house
sushi.
here.
You do?
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah, I
God.
really love sushi. Sushi's probably my favorite. I'm trying to, cause like, okay, well, no, let's talk about Thanksgiving. So my mom, I don't like turkey, but my mom has these fantastic stuffings that have like chestnuts and mushrooms,
Uh-huh.
and like apples, and oh my, it's just really, really good. So I think probably my mom's Thanksgiving stuffing.
Yeah. That's it for the segment.
Okay.
So this is the final segment, which is the mental health segment. I asked Ryder what she wanted to talk about. She was like anxiety and depression. So I'm gonna shut up on this in this segment, and I'm gonna let her do the talk, or well, yeah, do the talking. Um, Tell us the story or your experience with it from the beginning till the end, or till recently.
Wow. Okay. So I'm trying to think of where to start. I mean, I've always had depression. I think I was diagnosed with it when I was 13 because I was in a fight with my mom and I confessed in a heated moment. Well, I cry like 3 times a day. And the fight just kind of halted right there. And she looked at me and said, "You do?" And I immediately thought, like, oh my God, wait, maybe this is not normal. Because I thought it was normal. I was 13 years old. I was an adolescent. Teenagers have really intense emotions and don't know how to regulate them. So from that, we went to therapy, and we figured it out. And I got on antidepressants and I got on ADHD medication, which was horrible and made me feel disgusting and nauseated all the time. Um, and then it wasn't really, I was kind of I was an overachiever, and it was in that very typical, like, I'm raised as a girl. People don't know what ADHD looks like. People don't know what anxiety looks like. And a lot of the time, people like that, like me, tend to overachieve and do too much and do everything because, of all of the different factors. And so I was masking it under a shit ton of overachievement and I was in charge of all the clubs. I was in charge of all the theater. And then I got older and I got to fast forward to 2012. I was completely burnt out. I'd burned myself out in high school. I burned myself out of the first 4 years of college because I was in college for 7 years. So I burned out of the first 4 years of college. My brother was having his second kid. And so I used that as an excuse to come home and help out because he just had his second back surgery. His wife was 9.5 months pregnant with their second kid. And so I used that as an excuse to come home. And I was so depressed that I was like sleeping under a comforter in my mom's bathroom. Well, in my bathroom, in the bathroom of my room at my mom's place. And I couldn't pull myself out of it. I didn't know anything I didn't have any tools for pulling myself out of it. I would wake up and go help my brother and then come home and just lay on the bathroom floor for hours and hours and hours and hours. And it wasn't until someone had been talking about this show called Doctor Who that I was like, all right, well, I'm on the bathroom floor doing nothing anyway. I might as well just turn it on. And I turned it on and the doctor has I don't know if it's an MO or if it's just a sort of way of looking at perspective. He has this perspective on people and creatures in the world and the universe where no matter what they're doing, especially if they've got like a knife to his throat, he looks at them and he calls them beautiful. And he's like, you are gorgeous. I mean, look at you. Look how magnificent you are. And he'll usually have this little speech about how cool they are and the things that what they do and how they interact with the world and why they're so beautiful. And it was in watching Doctor Who that I sort of regained my faith in humanity. And it was, I don't know, it like put me through a way to be able to get up and off that bathroom floor and go grab some new antidepressants, because the ones that I had been taking obviously weren't working. And then go back to the gym and start because it's like dopamine and stuff, anything for endorphins and anything for dopamine, and figuring that whole thing out. And it took like 4 or 5 months for the medication to work and for the exercise to work and for life to get back on track. I was able to get back to school. My brother was fine, wife and children fine. My brother's recovering from that surgery, and I was able to go back to school, and I was able to like be a human again. And every time the depression dips, because it's in cycles, it's not like triggered by an event, it's a chemical thing. So anytime the depression dips a little bit lower than the antidepressants can pull me out, I always go back to Doctor Who. So yeah, I feel like that. Yeah, go on.
Really don't know what to say. Like, I was immersed, honestly. Like, that is such a cool story. Like, to just let a series or like a TV show, let's call it, do this to you, it's really, really good. My helping hand because 2015 was a very tough year for me. I had melancholy, which is an even tougher thing than depression. Kelly Clarkson was there for me with her music, with her singing, and I idolize her today. I was like, I haven't realized how much I really love her until like her 2017 album, Meaning of Life. Meaning of Life is an R&B album. I don't listen to R&B. She doesn't do R&B. That was her experimentation. It's like something that brought meaning to my life. Like, it took me out of like a lot of dark places. She was struggling with her body at the time. She was overweight. That made me confident in my body at the time. And right now I look back at those, I'm like, well, you're back to overweight now. Like, just endorse it. Just love yourself. If you have to work on yourself, just make it slow, baby steps, so you don't have to hurt yourself. Because once you lose weight all at once, it's gonna be very dangerous. So work on it step by step. Teach yourself to be like a better person. Because I have an eating disorder, so you can't control it, and I keep a lot of like powdered juices next to me, like not energy, but like those Bolero drinks, like Bolero Bolero drinks that I highly recommend you try as well. They have some of them in the US. I recommended them to my friends. She doesn't drink water. She drinks nothing but these from now on. Like,
are they like nutrient packs?
Not nutrient packs. They're like vegan and gluten-free powdered juices that have like the highest calorie in them is like 10 calories, the highest one. They're like, you're drinking water basically. So
cool.
It is such a good thing. I really recommend that you try them. Bolero drinks, they're originally from Bulgaria, but they have their own US counterpart, which is also called Bolero. But these keep me going. Like, I buy probably packs upon packs upon packs, because we buy them in like not in bulk, but like piece by piece. They sell them piece by piece here, so I buy a lot, and those are keeping me on my feet. My most of my day consists of like sitting down, working behind the PC. So I needed motivation for that. So this kept me on my feet. I've had to deal with a lot of bullying growing up that also added to my depression and anxiety. In my summer school, there was a person that used to bully me for my voice and call me gay. And guess what?
Hmm.
I found them on Grindr years later.
See, it's usually the people who are just seeing themselves in someone else, a piece of themselves that they're not comfortable with. That's what they're calling out. They're not yelling at you, they're yelling at them. Unfortunately, it does do you damage, and that's
Hmm.
a problem.
Yeah.
But it's like, there are two things I say all the time, and one of them is whenever people are being shitheads, it has everything to do with them and nothing to do with you. Unfortunately, it does do you damage, and therefore we should stand up for ourselves, and we should nip it in the bud, and we should tell them to fuck off, and all that stuff.
Hmm.
But when, upon our reflection, when we're going through that interaction 5,000 times for the next 50 years, remember that has everything to do with them and nothing to do with you.
Yes.
And the other
Yes.
thing that I always say is you usually get what you want, it's just never how you want it. Or it doesn't look like how you expected. And I think those are really great things to remember when you go through, in any kind of pursuit, of any kind of dream. Of like, it's gonna
Yeah.
happen. With what you're working toward, what you're putting your energy toward will happen. It will probably not look like the way you expect it to look, but it will
Yeah.
happen.
So I take it that you know a little bit of like the astrology part, or a little bit with or stuff to do with astrology, right?
I do. I have a passing familiarity.
Okay, so this probably has nothing to do with astrology, but it's kind of like similar because I have a special case called astral projection, and I have sometimes sleep paralysis from it. So
Yes.
yeah, so astral projection is when you're either awake or asleep, but most of the time it happens to me when I'm awake. I feel like a loud thud, like someone threw me onto the bed. That's how I know that my soul had already like traveled through the galaxy, or like traveled places and came back. And sometimes when it doesn't come back, that's when you die. So I keep telling people like, don't expect me to be here tomorrow, because if I keep having astral projection, I may not be here tomorrow. So sometimes the soul gets stuck somewhere. Sometimes it takes a lot. So yeah, because I feel those shivers sometimes, that something like just you felt like a supernatural shiver. That's not a supernatural. I've witnessed it. There was a dream where I was like running from pavement to pavement, and there were like those air conditioner fans that you put outside. They were falling behind me. One of them actually fell on my head and killed me. And this is
Oh
where
my
I was
God.
like, this is where I was like, wake up. I started like swearing at myself, and my dad tried waking me up, and he heard me swearing and cursing in my sleep. I was awake, not awake, like aware, but I couldn't wake up. So I was
Oh,
paralyzed.
child.
I was paralyzed. That was back in the day when I had like in 2015. That's why I said it was a very hard year. So I didn't know what to do. So my dad woke me up. They tried saying that sleep paralysis demons haven't visited me ever since. They try, but they fail, because I'm slowly learning how to just control my dreams. And that kind of evolved into something that sometimes when I'm like in a very bad mood, or when I am super exhausted and I cannot sleep, but I end up like closing my eyes and just like taking a nap for a few hours, which is like probably happens at 8 a.m. Like unwillingly. I wake up at 11 saying that like something happened. Like one time, I woke up and then my friend texted me his grandma died. It's like a sixth sense
Oh
that
no.
tells me stuff. And
Yeah.
then one time we were walking in the middle of nowhere, my friends and I. We were like four people. I was like, guys, can you get off the road? there's a car coming. They were like, oh, stop you. There's nothing there. Like, they look behind, no one. They look in front, no one. They look at the sides, no one. 2 seconds later, a car shows up. I'm like, okay, I told you there's a car. They were like, how the fuck did you know? Like where did you see it? So I don't know. I don't know how that has something to do with astrology, but like, it is something linked to one of my planets. I've been told at some point. So I don't know.
Yeah, there is something in your chart. There's something in one's chart that can say that you could be more exposed to the possibility of astral travel, because it has to do with like your connection to the energy of yourself and the energy of your higher self and like all that kind of stuff, and your soul and you know, whatever words you use for that. But yeah, there is. It's definitely like, I've had that read in my chart before. I'm trying to remember which aspect it was. I have to ask my astrologer. But she did say to me, she's like, you can probably lucid dream, you can probably astral project. And I was like, yes, you can. And she was like, yeah, it's right here. So that, but I just can't remember what it was. I'll have to ask her. I'll ask her and I'll DM you. I'll see if she answers, and then you can do a follow-up for any listeners who are very, very curious if they want to know.
No worries. I'm very curious about mine, because I wanna have mine read like in depth, but I also don't wanna like be there or something. Like, probably I could give you like details of when I was born. I don't want to dox myself with my real name. Like, when I was born, what date, what time, where. If like, my friend did the same thing. She did me a chart, but I lost it ever since.
Well, I can hook you up with my astrologer, who's actually an online personality as well. She's got a TikTok, and she's most active on TikTok, I know, but she's starting to restream to other things too. But she's fantastic. And I could hook you up with her, and maybe she could do a reading for you. All she would need are your birth date, your birth location, and birth time, and that's information that she doesn't need to share with literally anybody else.
But I don't really have
and then she can bring the chart in.
I don't have the intention of paying anything, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't have the funds for that.
No. This would be like you know, if you're doing it on stream or if you're doing it on podcast, it would be like a quid pro quo thing.
Okay.
You know, she's an online personality as well. She's a dear friend of mine. But also, if you like, on a personal note, I can DM you about it. And I've got an astrologer who likes to give free readings away to a couple of my friends a year. We've been doing that since like 2012. I always send somebody over to her, and she's lovely and wonderful.
Does she have a Discord or?
And really precious to me. No, that person doesn't. That would be an email. So I would just ask her, and then you can let me know. Like, the other one. Yeah, we'll get you in touch with one or two of them, but either way it would be pro bono.
Okay, no worries. Thank you so much, Ryder, for the time. Thank you so much for being on the episode. Guys, go check her out.
Thank you so much for having me.
Go check her out on Twitch. Go give her a follow. WriterDi45. It's basically the episode handle. Go check her out. You stream from a laptop hooked to an Xbox, right?
Yeah, I stream from a laptop and I stream from Xbox. We do Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays starting at 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. Pacific time. That's California time. And then on Wednesday afternoons and Saturday mornings, Wednesday afternoons, Thursday afternoons, and Saturday mornings, we do games.
That's nice. That's nice. Which is like 7 p.m. my time. When you say 9 a.m. your California time, it's 7 p.m. my time, which is very convenient. I can lurk you if I'm still at work. I might be late, but I can be there. So
it's okay. I love it. I love my lurkers, and I love people who just pop in and say hello and then go away. You know, just come in and say hi to me. Or don't say hi to me. Just come in and lurk. I'm a lurk spy. So I look to see, I'm like, who's lurking? And I'm like, oh, look at all these people. I love you. You know what I mean? Like, so I check it out. I know who's there.
Same here. I haven't told anyone yet, but I can see you if you're lurking. I'm not gonna dox you, but I can see you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna call you out. Lurk away. Come in, say hi, and leave. Do what you need to do. Engage the entire time. Spam my chat with a bunch of sounds. Not all the same one all at once, though. I will ban you. I'll time you out. I won't ban you. But yeah. This is so delightful, Lucy. Thank you so much for asking me to be here and for hanging out with me.
It's my
I've had a
pleasure.
great time.
It's my pleasure. So go check her out, guys. And I will see you in the next episode. Take care of yourselves and bye.
Bye.